Welcome back everybody to video number 6 of the 10-part series of how to start a public aquarium. I hope you're enjoying the video so far. Let's jump right into this one, video number 6, all about fundraising. You probably were wondering when we were going to get to fundraising. Of course, this is very important for all aquariums to continue to do. Even if you're a for-profit aquarium, there's still the need to raise money and get funding from governments most often to support you in your efforts or to find other collaborative partners along with you. But mostly we're talking to non-profit or aquariums that will need quite a bit of funding to help get them off the ground, and then of course to continue helping them continue throughout the years that you're open. There is so much information online about fundraising already, and in the short video we can't get into all of it, of course, but instead I'd like to go through just a couple key tips that will help you from the lessons that I've learned through my process of fundraising, as well as of course that will help specifically for aquariums. So the first one is that I wouldn't recommend that you learn how to fundraise while on the job learning how to start an aquarium at the same time. One way to do that is actually to join another board of directors for another nonprofit organization. So, join an organization that means something to you, that is local in your community, and that has a really great fundraising strategy. And I would listen to the lessons that they're teaching and to get active and participate in the fundraising efforts that they're making for their organization. This will give you a great experience and also kind of relieve the pressure that you'll eventually have when you're doing it for yourself. So learn however you can through books, through videos. There's amazing web tools out there. There's incredible associations, fundraising associations in most big cities, and that you can join up and sign on to. So take advantage of the resources that are out there and learn before you start your aquarium. Okay, so tip number 2 is that there's 2 different types of fundraising. So the first one is called capital fundraising. So that means that when you're just getting off the ground and you're looking to kind of get the money that you need to get it started to physically buy stuff, to physically buy the materials that you need to buy the tanks and buy the wood and buy the plumbing and the piping and things like that. All of that is called a capital cost. And so the fundraising requirements that you have at the beginning are different than what you'll need once you get open and you stay open and you have kind of an ongoing operational requirement. I would recommend that you take your capital costs, so everything that you think you'll have to pay for in order to get started, add them up, and then take the first year operating costs and add those up and then add them together. That number is then really what you're fundraising for in the first year. And the reason why I say to add up both your first year and total capital costs together for your total fundraising goal is because if you get to your capital campaign and you finish all that and you've got all the money you need to get started, and then opening day comes and you have no money, you won't have the money or the cash flow you need to pay your staff, to buy the materials you need, to fix things up as you go, and of course to just get through comfortably your first couple years. So that way the admissions that you're making throughout the first year and all the revenue that you're making from sales and memberships and other donations that you get once you're open, those can go towards supporting your second year of operating costs and give you some kind of cushion to support you into the second year and over the winter. We have experience kind of estimating these types of things along with you. So we can support you in creating those capital cost estimates as well as your first and up to 5-year operating costs. This is often very helpful for donors. They want to see that you've thought this out, that you know how much it will cost to not only open it, but also to run it for the first couple years to make sure that it stays open. Nobody wants to give to something that's going to die after a year or two. They want to see that it's going to work. Okay, so here is my third tip. My third tip is called the 200% rule. And what this means is that I would highly encourage you, as you're talking to people, your friends, your family, potential donors, as you're going along the way, start now, even if you're a couple years out before you actually open the doors of a place like this. I would start a list of potential donors and make an entire list, keep everyone's name on it. Be really diligent. Even if somebody just on the street, you tell them about the idea, they think it's awesome, and you get their email address and they want to learn more, write them onto the potential donors list. One great way to build out your potential donor list is to go onto the fundraising pages and the donation pages of other nonprofits that are similar to you in your region. Because often if one person really loves the ocean, they're going to give to several different organizations that meet that mission. And so finding those names that kind of come up regularly is a great way to kind of pull out some of the top folks in your community that are leading the efforts for ocean research and ocean education in your region. So put those names down, even if you don't know them, especially if they seem like a popular name that keeps popping up. So once you have a long list, take all of those names and write down an approximate number that you think that they might be willing or able to give. Now, this is of course a ballpark figure. It's just an exercise, so treat it as that. Take all of the names, put a number beside them, even if it's your nephew, $10, whatever. However much you think it could be, from a $10 donation from your nephew to a $100,000 donation from a larger corporation in your region. Write down all those numbers, write down all those names, and at the bottom, if it doesn't equal 200% of what your actual goal is, then you don't have enough potential donors. The reason why it needs to total up to 200% of your goal is because you won't get yeses from everyone, and even if you do get yeses, they might not come in at the estimated number that you've put down. And so you need to make more asks than you will actually get yeses from. If you have a 200% buffer, it allows you to be comfortable with getting no's, and it allows you to have enough asks out there that even if you do get those no's, you still will be able to reach your goal of 100% of your total goal. If you find that when you total up all the dollars and all of the money, it doesn't equal 200% of your goal, then I would encourage you to keep finding more donors. Add more people, keep talking to different folks, or maybe you need to be bolder and ask for more money from some of the larger philanthropic groups, whether they be corporate companies, government, or other partners, so that you do have a 200% goal. But I would encourage you to add more people to the list than to put more pressure on the folks that are already on the list. Again, more donors is always better than asking for more money from one particular group and then having them have all the pressure of keeping your organization going or making it really come alive just because of them. We will absolutely help you more with your fundraising. Normally how we work with our clients to help them get started with this is we produce a feasibility study or business plan to help them determine what their scope is, what their budget should be, and how much revenue they think that they can make within their community. So this is a really helpful document to bring to donors. That's actually the first thing that we'll do with you if you become one of our clients, which we hope you do. It is to work with you in creating a feasibility study and business plan. And that then is like the ticket to get into the door, present them with something to say, I've thought about it, this is how much it's going to cost, this is what the costs are going to go towards, this is how much we think we can make in revenue from admissions, from sales of memberships, all those kinds of things. And it ultimately starts the conversation with your donor to say, this is how much we need and this is how much we would like to ask you for. So that's how we get started with you. This is how we can support you in your fundraising efforts. We would love to work with you. So please do keep watching. Please contact us if you have any questions. We'd love to hear from you, even if you're just in the very early stages of thinking about this. Put it out to us. Sometimes it's really liberating just to tell somebody. And if you're keeping it a secret with everyone else, your secret is safe with us. You can tell us, and we'd be happy to continue to support you and check in with you and see how things are going with your idea as it continues to grow. So best of luck. Hope you're having a great week, and we'll talk to you next time.